also want to tell you that it's MNI. Please, I'm so sorry for that.
All right. You know, MNI, if you have it and they don't call you, it's like a sin. So you must. So, Kennedy, you have to deliver, you have to get a foul as atonement for what you have done. All right. Let us continue. Before we proceed with the first business of the day, let me recognize some of the people with us here. We have CP Aroto Pere, retired, a very reliable shareholder who has never missed our annual general meeting. CP Jibrin Garbagani, retired, also a good shareholder, a supporter, and a former director. ACP Paul James Mahana. We have CSB Felicia Elema. We have CSB Abari Terulmon. And CSP Ina Ibo. Okay, Ibo. We also have the representatives of the Managing Director of Nigeria Police Pension Fund Administrators, and also the representative of the Managing Director of Nigeria Police Microfinance Bank. You are all welcome, sirs. Thank you. Now, please permit me to present the Chairman's statement, the Managing Director's statement, and the Director's report, as the copies have already been distributed in the published accounts here. I hereby propose that the Chairman's statement, the Managing Director's report, and the Director's report should be taken as read. I hereby propose, anybody second this proposal that the Chairman's statement, the MD's report, and the Director's report to be taken as read? Any seconder? Okay, please give them mic. Somebody there. Who is holding the mic? Over there, please. Or you just mention your name so that we'll capture it properly in the minutes, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, we will take it that the Chairman's statement, the Managing Director's statement, and the Director's statement have been taken as read. Now, may I request the independent auditors to read out the audited financial statements for the year ended December 31st, 2024, as it appears in the auditor's report. External auditor, please. External auditor.
Good morning, Chairman and members of the Board of Directors and other shareholders here present. I am here to present the Independent Auditor's Report of Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank, Nigeria PLC. We audited the accompanying financial statements of Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank PLC, comprising statement of financial position as at 1st December 2024, statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, statement of changes in equity, and statement of cash flow for the year then ended, which is 31st December 2024. In our opinion, the financial statement present fairly in all material respect the financial position of the bank as at 31st December 2024 and its financial performance and cash flows for the year then ended in accordance with international financial reporting standards and the relevant provisions of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. The Bank and Other Financial Institutions Act 2020, the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria Act number 6211 and other relevant CBN circulars. The basis of our opinion, we conducted an audit in accordance with international standards on auditing, ISAs. Our responsibilities under those standards are further described in the auditor's responsibilities for the audit of financial statements section of our report. We are independent of the bank in accordance with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria's Professional Code of Conduct and Guide for Accountants, which is consistent with the International Ethics Standards Board for Accountants Code of Ethics for Professional Accountants, Parts A and B, together with other ethical requirements that are relevant to our audit of the financial statements of the bank. And we have fulfilled our other ethical responsibilities in accordance with these requirements. We believe that the audit evidence we obtained is sufficient and appropriate to provide a basis for our opinion. Report on other legal and regulatory requirements in compliance with the requirements of the 5th Schedule of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020 and the Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act. We confirmed that 1. We obtained all the information and explanations necessary, which to the best of our knowledge and belief were necessary for the purpose of our audit. 2. The company has kept proper books of account so far as appears from our examination of those books. 3. The statement of financial position, profit or loss, and other comprehensive income are in agreement with the books of account and returns. 4. There were no director's credit during the year under review as required by the Central Bank of Nigeria Circular BSD/12004 on insider-related credits. And 5. The bank paid the sum of 260,000 naira during the year as penalties for late filing of 2023 audited account to the CBN. In accordance with the requirements of the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria Guidance on Assurance Engagement Report on internal control over financial reporting, we performed a limited assurance engagement and reported on management's assessment of the company's internal control over financial reporting as of December 31st, 2024. The work performed was done in accordance with the international standard for assurance engagements other than audits or reviews of historical financial information, 3000, and FRC guidance on assurance engagement report or internal control over financial reporting. And we have issued an unmodified opinion in our report dated 6th March 2025. Then we are going to summarize the performance of the bank during the period under review, as the details are already contained in the brochure that has been shared with you. The bank's performance during the period under review: total operating income was 2,712,467 naira, which was 30% increase over the sum of naira 39,400,284 naira it recorded in 2023. A significant portion of this income was from other operating income, comprising mainly largely of income from placement with other banks, which accounted for 83% of, which recorded 83% increase over the previous year's report. Other operating income in 2023 was 365,108,157 naira, as against 667,241,534 naira in 2024. And as earlier mentioned, this was largely due to placement with other banks. Net operating income recorded 24% increase from 935,648,228 naira in 2023, as against the sum of 1,161,277,456 naira in 2024. However, total expenses during the period under review was 82% higher than what was recorded in 2023, from 326 million naira in 2023, 326 million 36,059 naira, to the sum of 593,390,977 naira. Personnel expenses was up by 90% from 194,398,779 naira in 2023 to the sum of 369,514,457 naira in 2023. Similarly, admin expenses was up by 71% in 2024, from the sum of 112,399,618 naira in 2023 to the sum of 192,584,686 naira during the year under review. And these expenditures accounted for the drop in the marginal drop in profit before tax of 7% from 609,612,169 naira in 2023 to 567,886,479 naira in the year under review. Loans and advances was slightly up marginally by 13% from 5,732,710,407 naira in 2023 to the sum of 6,453,267,678 naira in 2024. Individual mortgages was up by 19% from 4,225,347,816 naira in 2023 to the sum of 5,10,977,796 naira in 2024. So that is the summary of the bank's performance during the year under review compared to the previous year. So, the chairman has already read his report, which encapsulated the upward trajectory.
Thank you very much, representative of Abdul Malik Ahmed and Co., the independent auditors. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, item number 1 on the agenda of this meeting is to receive the audited financial accounts for the year ended December 31st, 2024, together with the reports of the directors, auditors, and audit committee thereon. Copies of the reports have already been given to you in accordance with the provisions of the Companies and Allied Matters Act and the Company's Articles of Association. I hereby lay before this meeting the Director's Report, the audited financial statements for the year ended December 31st, 2024. Ideally, you are supposed to wait and take questions and answers on these accounts, but I want to defer them, the questions and answers, because we have another session for question and so we take all the questions together in this report and others. So, now may I propose that the report of the directors and independent auditors together the audited financial statements for the financial year ended December 31st, 2024, submitted to the meeting be received. Is any member who wants to second? Okay, Mr. Hannan.
Sorry, thank you, sir. I am ACP Paul James. I hereby second.
All right. Thank you, ACP James. It has been seconded. Those in support of receiving this resolution should please indicate by raising their hands. Those in support, please raise your hands. Those in support, raise your hands. All right. I hereby declare the resolution carried. The next item on the agenda of the meeting is to appoint directors. Since the last annual general meeting, some new directors have joined us on the board. And in line with the provisions of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020 and the Extant Central Bank regulations and other regulatory provisions, they are to be presented for election by the annual general meeting. The new directors are AIG Dorothy Gimba, retired, MNI, AIG Suleiman Abdul, also non-executive director, MNI as a non-executive director, ACP Fidelia Okori, also a non-executive director, Mr. Mutalib Atanda Akilade as independent non-executive director, and Dr. Kingsley Obonaya as independent non-executive directors. The new directors, they bring to the board robust experience garnered from public and professional services, and their profiles are available on the bank's website at www.nigeriapolicemortgagebank.com. I hereby propose that the appointment of AIG Dorothy Gimba, retired, MNI, AIG Suleiman M. Abdul, MNI, ACP Fidelia Okori, Mr. Mutalib Atanda Kelade, and Dr. Kingsley Obonaya as non-executive directors of Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank be approved. Can I have somebody who will make any seconder to this proposal?
The chairman of the board, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm CP Arotupere, retired. Since their appointments have certain requirements for the bank, I hereby support that the appointment be approved by the House.
Thank you very much. Now, in the absence of, is there anybody who is not in support of this appointment? Everybody is in support? So I will take it the resolution unanimously carried. Thank you. We will take the next two items as a single resolution. One, the next item, which is to reappoint Messrs. Abdul Malik Ahmed and Co. as independent auditors of the company. In accordance with the provisions of the Companies Allied Matters Act 2020, the companies at any annual general meeting, a retiring auditor, however appointed, shall be reappointed to audit the financial statement of the company and to hold office from the conclusion of that annual general meeting until the conclusion of the next annual general meeting, unless he is not qualified for reappointment, or if a resolution has been passed appointing some other persons, or the auditor has given the company a notice in writing of his unwillingness to be reappointed. So far, we have not received any unwillingness from the auditors. We have not appointed anybody, and by the position of the law, so they are automatically reappointed unless you have these ones. So this one, I think it is something that is already taken as given because the law has already covered it. You can't change it until you have this criteria have not been met. So what I'll just take the next 1, 2 is the resolution authorizing the directors to fix the remuneration of the auditors. On the item number 5, that is what is required. I hereby therefore propose 1, that Messrs. be reappointed and auditors of Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank, and also a resolution authorizing that the remuneration expense of the auditors of Malik Ahmed be fixed by the directors for the period ending at the for the period to end at the conclusion of the next annual general meeting. This is the proposal, and this is the motion. Any seconder?
The chairman, sir, CP Jibrin Garabagani, retired, I hereby second.
Thank you very much, CP Garabagani, a shareholder, a former director, a friend of the bank. So, is there anybody who is not in support of this resolution? So everybody is in support of the resolution. So we take it as unanimously carried. With this, we have concluded the ordinary businesses of the day. We are now going to a special resolution. By the provision of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, the position of unissued share capital has been stopped by the law. Before, companies can have authorized capital and then issue part of it and then have an unissued capital that can be called at any time. The law is no longer amenable to that. All share capitals must be fully paid up. So, this bank has an authorized share capital of 5 billion, but the issued share capital is less than that. So we have some portion of unissued share capital, so we have run foul of the law. So that is the item on the agenda now, is to pass a special resolution giving the general mandate and authorizing the company through its directors, in line with the Companies Regulation 2021 Rule 13, subsection 1, to approve the cancellation of the unissued share capital of the bank amounting to 1,615,000,000 naira. That subsequent to the foregoing resolution, the directors are hereby authorized to do such things necessary to give effect to the above resolution. I hereby propose to the meeting to consider, and if thought fit, to pass the resolution as special resolutions of this meeting. 1, to cancel the unissued share capital of the bank amounting to 1,615,000,000, and 2, authorize the directors to do all things necessary to give effect to the above resolution. So, can we have any seconder to this resolution? Yes.
I, ASP Sule Son, the second motion that the resolution should be passed.
Thank you, ASP Sule. All right. Is there anybody who is not in support of this resolution? So, in the absence of any opposition, we'll take it, in the absence of any dissenting opinion, we take it that the resolution has been unanimously carried. Am I all right? All right, the resolution has been unanimously carried. Thank you. Now, at this juncture, I would say we have finished with both the ordinary and the special businesses of the day. So now we come over, we have a question and answer sessions, which we will be happy to respond to your questions, inquiries, and anything there that you have. You are free to ask us about the business of the bank, about the financials of the bank, about any other thing that may be of you need some further enlightenment or something about it. So as you are asking the questions, they will be going around with the mic. We'll be taking the questions in phases. So somebody will go with the mic, please, as you are just indicate your name, and I think you need so that from there we'll ask your questions. Thank you. So, first question.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is SP Haruna Ibrahim Adamu. My little question and observation here is, sir, we are operating with Nigerian Police Mortgage Bank. We are very happy when Nigerian Police Mortgage Bank came to exist, and the plan they initiate on ground that most of us here policemen, we doesn't have accommodation. But due to the initiative from the Nigerian Police Mortgage Bank, now most of us, we are landlords. But nevertheless, sir, we want to appeal. If the mortgage bank, we try to upgrade their network, but most at times, when they pay salary, we are having serious challenges in withdrawing our money from the bank. At times, when you try to do transfer, and once the POS show you decline or the machine show decline, it takes so many months before you now get back to your salary. So please, with due respect, if you can assist us and upgrade your network and also meet up during salary payment. Thank you, sir.
Before the next question, there's an oversight on our part. There's another ordinary resolution that should have been passed. We skipped it. Very sorry. You know, we're humans. And maybe because I'm talking on behalf of the chairman, I got... The next resolution on the board is the declaration of dividend. The bank, the directors are recommending to the general meeting the declaration of dividend, just like we did in the previous year. Accordingly, the recognition of the sustained performance of the bank and in line with our commitment to shareholder value, the board has recommended a dividend of 6 kobo per share, which is 100% increase from the 3 kobo per share that we paid in 2023. I therefore propose the House, the meeting, to approve the payment of 6 kobo per share, a dividend of 6 kobo per share to be paid by the first registrars after the general meeting. That is a proposal. Who seconds the payment of this money? Seconded by seconded by, okay. Yeah.
Good morning, sir. I am Cadet ASP Mumbo Ditwe. I hereby second to the motion. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any contrary opinion to this resolution that we shouldn't pay? In the answer of contrary opinion, I will take it that the resolution has been unanimously carried. All right, the resolution is unanimously carried. Thank you very much. Sorry for the omission. Thank you. Okay, let's continue the question and answer session.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Inspector Yebamiji Adeoye. Please, sir, my whole question is about the branch of the Nigerian Police Mortgage Bank in Force Headquarters.
What's the name, sir?
Oyebamiji Adeoye, Inspector. The branch of the bank inside the Force Headquarters here has not been functioning, and it's making it very difficult for us who our salary are domiciled in the bank to access our funds. And secondly, sir, we will appreciate it if the bank can have applications that we can use to access the bank's operations for those who are not in Abuja, where the bank's headquarters are located. Thank you, sir.
Any question, please?
My name is Inspector Michael Christian. I discovered from the statement of financial of comprehensive income and statement of profit and loss for the year. I discovered that in the year 2023, the bank recorded a higher profit after tax. But while in this year 2024, the bank recorded a low profit. So, sir, what has led to this ugly development? Thank you.
Good day once again, sir. SP Mojoradi Obisidi. Please, I would like to say that some of us are marketing Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank to our colleagues and even people outside the police force. But most of the time we get discouraged. One, the branches are very, very few, which we need to look into. Secondly, in the issue of ATM card, for example now, my ATM have expired since June, which I've informed the bank. And up to this moment, sir, I didn't get my new ATM card, which is very bad. Can the committee please help us look into it? Thank you, sir. And sorry, sir, lest I forget. The issue of the house, because I want to believe that most of the achievements of every police officer banking with Nigeria Police Mortgage Bank is for you to have house to live in. But reverse is the case because most of the houses being introduced to Nigeria police officers, the prices are always on the high side, most especially for the members of inspector and rank and file. For them to access all these opportunities, I know it's not easy, but I know that the committee can do something better. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, sir. AIG, other directors. Hello. Okay. Sorry. My question goes to Network
issue, I was actually encouraged when I found out the branch is here in First Headquarters. So I moved my salary there. But as I'm speaking now, sir, I'm always afraid anytime they pay my salary, because earlier this year, my salary has been trapped to the 170,000. And I don't have hope that it will return back to me, because I tried so over some months. So if something can be done about the network, we will appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, let me try to answer these questions before we check. Oh, anybody, eh? Okay, go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is good afternoon, sir. My name is SP Gabriel Abejide. My own since is that if you are operating with a mortgage bank and you need an urgent loan from them, after filling the form, before the money get back to you, after fulfilling everything, it's always getting too long. So that's my own suggestion, sir.
Okay, let me answer. Oh, any question?
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Inspector Nelly Akpan. My question is one. Some of us happen to be debited on this share ever since it started, but effort has been made severally to get my share certificate, and from all indications, my names are not captured. I think I'm not the only victim of this. That is one. Then two, for all the shares or the dividends that has been shared to shareholders, what happened to members or the shareholders who were not captured in the previous year for the dividends that have been shared? What happened to them by the time maybe they are reactivated into the company? That is another one. Then three. Some of us are just seated down here because we do not have the broad knowledge on how annual general meeting and audit is being carried out by a company, except for those who have the background knowledge. Like I studied accounting. What happened to members who are just seated and they are just doing yes or no without having knowledge? Could there be an avenue to create awareness so that they'll be having understanding of how these operations are being carried out? Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, sirs. My name is Iyabo Jimon. I want to speak on my own experience with the bank. I had an account with a bank. I discovered that it's not only your salary that you have issue with from another bank to that bank. You won't see it. There's no how you tried. If you give somebody to transfer money from another bank, it will not enter. So that is why I left the bank.
before we take, excuse me, before we take the next round of questions, let me just answer this one so far, so that we can, just before they become too much. I have to stand up now because I'm not speaking in my own ropes, because I'm speaking on chairman's rope. All right, let me start with SP Haruna Ibrahim on the issue of network, isn't it? Yeah, I think this is an area that we've been thinking of very, very seriously in recent past, especially when we realize on other days it may be no, but once there's heavy traffic, the network falters. And especially sometimes when people are doing transfers through POS and what have you. Sometimes the fault may be ours, sometimes maybe on the other side. No, not necessarily, because sometimes it may be the wrong account number. That's one type. Another time also it may be while they are doing the POS that is using, they have network problems. So there are multiple of issues that are involved in the ecosystem. But like we said, we have also taken care of it, and right now, as we're talking, right now, it is one of the issues that we are looking at seriously. How do we improve on the efficiency of our network so that at least we won't have that problem? I'm sure some of you sometimes even see me in the banking hall trying to resolve the issues with you, isn't it? Some, for those people, whatever. So it's taken, and by the grace of God, it will soon be a thing of the past. We're looking at what you do, including, even if it means a better software that will handle that, we will take that. Mr. Oyebam Jiadewe, you saw the issue of you. I think it's also your second question has to do with the network issue, isn't it? Which part of it we are trying to see what you can also improve into through the USSD business, USSD amount based on the business case available. The FHQ office, yes, we scaled down the operations that time due to purely money, because by the time we look at it, the performance of that place is suboptimal. Whereas we are better off loading the ATM there than even the keeping people there, because the cash transactions that people pay, they are very minimal. Okay? And there is very much withdrawal because people do it on the ATM. That is why it's a purely business case. But right now also we're looking at how we can recalibrate the place so that it will serve the purpose of serving its own as a business center for the bank, as well as serving the customers, also and our stakeholders. So I believe to this something within the next 1 month we'll be able to get through it. Mr. Cristiano, something Christian, 2023 PBT lower than 2024 PBT, isn't it? Yeah, it's true. What happened, it was, if you go through, you will see we took a regulatory provision. It is not that our business, in actual fact, the business, our profitability was high in terms of the money we generated. But there's a particular issue, transaction that we have, which regulators said, no, we should make provision. It is not that we have lost the money. It's just a provision. Once the transaction concludes, which we hope will conclude in the near future, that health provision will now be written back as part of profit. So let me say, since it is provision, it's more like, and we are confident that we're going to come out of it successfully, it's more like you have deferred the profitability. That profitability has been kept in abeyance. We shouldn't recognize it, but in the next, I believe by next year, we'll have sorted out, getting over it, then it will be part of the provision, and we'll also write it in the annual report. So actually, it's not that our incomes decline. If you look at it, you have the book in front of you, you see our gross income increased, our operating income increased, isn't it? All indices we have increased. It's only that profitability that had a 6% decline, and it is due to that provision. If it is due to that provision, but on every other thing we found that we went up. So there's no cause for alarm. I believe hopefully this year, or maximum worst case by next year, when we close the transaction completely, we shouldn't, right now we're ahead of, but we don't want to reverse it. We want to close it completely, so it will be written back as profit. I hope I've answered your question, because it's a very good question. Yeah? It's clear. All right, thank you. On Mr. Obasiji, branch network, like you said, yeah, we may not be opening many branches because one, our license is state license, so we can only operate within Abuja. But then, again, if you look at it, banking business is moving more and more from brick and mortar branches and whatever. It is now more of channels. So that's why you have somebody who is not even in Nigeria but operating a bank in Nigeria, operating a bank account in Nigeria. Somebody is far away in Maiduguri, Lagos, but his account is somewhere. It's unlike before, if you are transferred, you have to transfer your account. You don't even have to go to your bank now. It's about channels. And that is what we are trying to also improve based on the network that both SP Ibrahim Haruna and Mr. Ebamiji Adeoye also mentioned. I believe by the time we're able to upgrade on that aspect of it, you will be able to see an improvement, and you don't even have cost. You will have no cost to be asking where are our branches, because you can operate from anywhere, anytime, any day. So I think this also is the same issue on the FHQ branch. Mr. Deborah Adejide, the issue of delays in disbursement of loans. Well, I'll be surprised, because all our loans, once you provide all the necessary requirements, the time is within 48 hours, that loan must be in your account. So, unless there is something unusual, or maybe, but I will still, after this meeting, I'll be standing here. Please come, let me know more about it, so that we will be able to address it. But once we have it, and take it from me, it's part of our charter there. All loan disbursement, once all requirements have been okay within 48 hours. That is loan requirements that is within us, not like the mortgage bank. That one is, it is not all, but those within us, renovation loan and all this other. In fact, the salary advance is even within 1 hour. Yeah. So, but please, I will be standing here after the meeting. Let me know. But check it for me. All loan disbursement is within 48 hours once all requirements are complete. But if requirements have not been fulfilled, so we can't say application is complete until all those requirements are met. Then that is when now our own county will trigger. Inspector Akpan, shareholders, isn't it? I don't know. When you are debited, I don't know whether you filled the form. Yeah? You have filled the form. Okay? You have filled the form, isn't it? Okay. Please, after the meeting, okay, see him with the details so that we'll be able to get your certificate out, okay? If it is not out, we'll get it printed. But after the meeting, please see him. Because that's when we have a whole desk handling that. I will always send regular messages through our social media channels, through Facebook, through Twitter, through and also our website, asking people to come over and get it done. But immediately see him. And anybody who has any issue on share certificates, please, anybody, if you know all your friends that have issue on share certificates, please let us know, okay? Let us know and see him, and let us, we'll address it, okay? And let them, anybody, let's just go to the branch and say share certificate. Somebody will attend to that, okay? Anybody that you know from anywhere wants to have this issue of share certificate, please let us know. Yeah, all right, no problem. So let us know. On the dividend payment, like you mentioned, we have asked all those people, the shareholders, to update their records, what they call e-dividend mandate. Before, in those days, that's when you do dividend warrants to take the bank. Now it is online. So we have also been circulating. We have sent telex signals. Is it signal or telex? What do you call it, sir? Signal. We have sent signal to various locations and what to do. Even by clicking on our website, you also see the form you can download, fill the form, sign and bring to us. Once we forward it to the first registrars there, your dividend will be paid, whether for this year or for the previous year. Because the previous year we started paying the dividend, so at least for 2 years it will be. Okay? That one too. If you know anybody who has any of that challenge, please just tell them to come to the bank. Or if you cannot, we have phone numbers, check our website. If it's not here, let him call us. Or he can send it to us through WhatsApp. He can send the message through WhatsApp or through our website or all the social media. If you send message to us, we'll respond. Please, let's have that. On the AGM, like you said, I think it's a very, very valid point that you say. And at least you're giving me an idea too on that we need to create awareness on how it's been done and what have you. What you'll do, we'll find out the appropriate office or whatever, so that maybe you can just have, before the next annual general meeting, across the barriers of some little training or research that aware how it's been done, what is expected. You, the shareholder, when you come, what are your expectations and what is the expectation from you? Okay? So please, just take note. One day we'll discuss how to, because this is a very, very, very important point that you raised, Mr. Inspector Akpan. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know, sometimes the saying goes, the best ideas may not come from generals, they come from the foot soldiers. So thank you very much. It's a very good one. All right. Yabo Jimo. Issue of transfer. Yes. Why you will not see an account, normally if you want to do the transfer, we are not on names, so you won't see it. But what you do normally is through our correspondent banking correspondent banks. Once you put that, anybody puts that money in the correspondent banks, okay, unless it is in the night, it is almost instant. Once you credit it will, from our own side, it will hit your own account too. So I think you're right, but I think what you need to do, just ask correspondent bank account numbers. So that's what you will give to anybody transferring money. Once it hits there, it will automatically also hit your account directly with us. I hope I've made it clear, myself clear. All right, thank you. Okay, next round. I can see Gani also has a question. Okay, sorry. That's issue of housing. Okay, Actually, Mr. Obasiji, I just answered only one of your questions. Yes, only one of your questions. It's just now. I don't know why I went to the other side. Okay. Branch network, we have mentioned it. ATM issues. Expired ATM. Since June? Okay. Please let me know, because that one too, our requirements, okay, the bank is that a month to the expiry. We have the records of this card as the expiry. Your card doesn't have to expire. A month to expiry, we are supposed to process for a new card, so that by the time your card, the day your card, even before it expires, you have your new card.